What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, you guys. It is the 23rd day of October today, and here we are sitting at about $2.40 right now with 7 hours and 34 minutes left in the day. Up a little bit from yesterday and the day before's drop overall. Still dealing with the aftermath from the 10th of October, just moving sideways here in this range, this little box ever since then. And this is much to be expected, right? This is exactly what we were expecting whenever we were at these low points here, is that we would move sideways more or less for a week or two here. Every up is a moment to sell. Every down is a moment to buy, right? Don't get too caught up in what the people on X.com or in your favorite Discord are saying, because they're going to be loudest at the tops and loudest at the lows with their bearish calls and their bullish calls. Really, we're just moving sideways. However, it has been a little bit of time since that day. It feels like it was just yesterday, the 10th of October, but man, it's already been about 2 weeks. I would assume that over the coming days, and really going into the end of this month, we do continue to move higher. We do have the FOMC announcement on the 29th of this month, which, again, typically we do actually pump into these events. Typically we do go into these FOMC meetings, especially with interest rates being cut. I would think that that we do see some growth going into this announcement here. Looking at this overall, being here at about $2.40 now. If we look at the 1 hour time frame, we zoom in a little bit. Hold on, let me look at this. Let me fix something real quick. I have a window open, and hold up, the sun is shining right on it. Boom. There we go. Cool. Perfect. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay, here we are. $2.40. Man, now my screen's way too bright. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. $2.40 right now. 1 hour time frame. Looking at this here, the RSI is volatile. We'll say volatile. Overbought, oversold. Getting back to the overbought zone here. You look well postured to do some bullish stuff to move higher, but you are in a relatively neutral kind of positioning right now overall. Nothing really to go off of here telling me that you're going to move higher or move lower. I mean, you could move lower from here, but maybe move down just a little bit. You get a lower low in your RSI. You get a higher low in your price, right? Something like this. Just consolidating in this area, and then you break out moving higher. You could break down, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you go below this low. It's hard to say just with the RSI here. Stochastics look bearish. I have more conviction now with the stochastics looking this way that we would in fact take out this low, but not enough conviction to say that we go below this low. The MACD, which is probably the least significant of these three indicators right now, is actually at a point to reject as well. So all of these, this one here at a point to reject, this one here at a point to reject, and this one, take it or leave it, whatever it is, but it can go down and still come back up and find support later. I think that's what we're going to do. We're probably going to move down to the 40. We'll probably see prices below this low here, and I would guess then that we see some kind of retracement from this low to high. So that would imply a $2.36 to $2.35 price. We're at $2.40 now. Let's go down there and find support there, hopefully, and then we can recover and move up higher. That'd be the expectation there. 4 hour time frame. Looking at this, that's my daughter, if you guys hear her, rejecting the 50 time frame, or rejecting the 50 level on the RSI. Not always does that mean that we go down immediately. Sometimes we go up a little bit more and then we come down. Sometimes we get overbought and we continue to grow no matter what. But I would think here, looking at this overall, we do have a nice uptrend. We have a higher low kind of trend here, so I would think that this rejection is not going to be dramatic. I don't think that it's going to send us or cascade us into the oversold zone. I think that we likely do something that is similar to this here or similar to this here, where we got a little bit of a drop, but nothing too crazy, right? And again, if we zoom out, we kind of look at those corresponding areas. Here you found resistance, so you went down a little bit, and then you moved up. Okay. Here you found resistance, so you went down a little bit, but then you moved up. I'm expecting something more like that. So maybe, today we've got 7 hours and a half left in the day. Perhaps we do see a little bit more red today, but I'm not expecting anything too dramatic. I really do doubt that we actually we get below this low here. Okay, below this low. Again, not to be confused. Below this low, yes, but not below that low. I don't know if we go below 233. Stochastics are bullish overall, which makes sense because I shouldn't say bullish overall, but right now you're in a bullish posturing, right? Overall, it's just doing what it does. But you're in a bullish posturing right now. You can come down a little bit, but still work your way up to the overbought zone, which it makes sense that you'd move down a little bit, not correct a tremendous amount down. The MACD is right here at an area to bounce as well. So looking at the 4 hour time frame, things are looking a little bit more productive, making sense to move to the upside. So that's where I'm at right now. I think that we will move to the upside. I don't think that we go below this low here, 233. From a low here to a high there, we found support just above the golden ratio. Now we're at the 382. Oof. If I'm wrong, watch us go just below that low, and then we come back up. It'll be a very similar reaction here, but if I'm wrong, we will go so slightly below that low, and then we will continue to move up higher. We won't close below that low. Maybe I should say that. We won't close below that low. Daily time frame here, bullish divergence on the MACD. Bullish divergence on the RSI. Stochastic suggests that we want to go up, that we want to move up over the coming days. So again, I think we nailed it perfectly, really. I think in the short term here, maybe by the end of today and even going into tomorrow, Friday, we could see a little bit of a pullback, and that's okay. But then going into the end of this week, going into, I guess we're at the end of the week, going into the end of the month, we should see some growth. And I do believe that XRP will see prices at roughly $2.80 to $3. Let's say $3.20. $3.20, $2.80, somewhere in that area there. I like that $3 range personally. Something right in the middle might be exactly what's called for. So that box, that's where I expect we will be, and also when I expect we will be as well. Sometime by the end of this month here, if not the very, very beginnings of November, we might be, reaching for these 320 areas. We probably pull back going into the beginning of November, find support at the same areas we found support from before, and then we continue to rally this time and break out to new highs, relatively speaking, and overall, man. We'll be seeing new all-time highs altogether. Absolutely, I very much believe that XRP right now from $2.40 is more or less on a path to $13 and beyond, $13.40 and beyond. Really, we should just say $14 because typically with the 1414, you don't stop right at this line. Typically with this, you actually go just above it and then you come back down. That's actually a very common thing to do, a very common reaction to have. So something around, $14, $16 could be where we go. By the end of the year, that's the expectation. We'll probably consolidate and then have another rally, one last kind of finale rally that'll take us in the range of $40 to $70 by the end of this cycle. That's the expectation there. So something more or less like this, right? Where we have two more moves that are up. We have one more phase of significant consolidation, right? There will be places that we consolidate throughout both of these moves where we have some volatility and we shake things up a little bit. There will be, it's not just going to be a straight line, right? But more or less, I'm expecting two more moves to the upside, which will take us to that $40 to $70 range, and one stop, which will likely be multiple months long. Maybe from the end of January to the beginning of April or the end of March or something like that, and then we continue to rally for that one last finale finish in the space. That's the expectation. But I got nothing else for you guys. I'm just talking at this point, so I'm going to end the video there. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. XRP is really cold right now, you guys. Some of the lowest readings we've seen really, dating back to June of this year. We've got higher lows, lower lows in the RSI. That's hidden bullish divergence. We have support here at the 50 on the stochastics, which is actually a really nice thing to find if we find it. And then the MACD here, of course, being at some of the lowest levels that we've seen in quite some time. You actually have lower lows here in the histogram and lower lows here in the oscillators as well. But you have higher lows overall in the price. That's hidden bullish divergence as well. The weekly time frames have reset. The daily time frames are set and ready to go. The coming weeks and months ahead are going to be spectacular. That's just really the gist of what I'm saying here. So I got nothing else. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye.